tired of being called a Paul-bot, Paul-tard, and all these other silly names. Yeah, they come up, they spend a lot of time making up names for us when they could be reading the Constitution. Recently I vented, someone attacked me for not thinking for myself on a post and was calling me all these names, and I wasn't going to respond to it, because time is of the essence. I said, you know what, I need to respond to this because it's not just for me, but I need to respond for all my other friends out there who are probably getting the same attacks, to teach these people that we're not just robots. We're not just followers. We're not just parroting what Ron Paul says. So I did a little post and I said, I think it's very presumptuous of you to say that I don't think for myself. I've been thinking for myself since I was 15. I don't follow Ron Paul. I don't do what he tells me to do. He speaks for us. We don't go out there like little robots and speak for him. He speaks for us. He says the things that we've been saying. He fights for the things that we've been fighting for, and he's a representative of us. It's the other way around. If they had any clue about the grassroots movement of Ron Paul, we don't wait around for any directions, or wait for any orders, or be told what to do. We just get out there and do it. And we are the perfect example of thinking for yourself and getting your job done. When Ron Paul started getting a following of a lot of college students, I would hear people say, "What are all these young people following this gray-haired old man around for?" They don't get it. I'd say, don't worry, it's a Ron Paul thing, you wouldn't understand. But I explained to them that Ron Paul, first off, physically, I've met him, I think I'm up to 16 times now. This man has an energy and a source of positive light. Like I can't describe it. If anyone's met him, it's indescribable. And the man's out there on his bicycle, he's walking, he can probably outrun everybody in this room. I know he couldn't be. I asked him one time, I said, Dr. Paul, how do you do it? Everybody's asking him all these, really complicated questions, and I said, I just want to know how you do it. I don't know if you guys have trouble keeping up with all the interviews and the places he's been. I'm exhausted, multitasking, listening to the stuff, and then I think, this man's actually out there doing all the stuff. In addition to stuff that we're not even seeing, how on earth does he do it? And he says he gets his energy from us. And I finally started realizing that myself, where I was embarrassed to kind of get up and speak in front of people, and, and sometimes I feel kind of down in the dumps. But then when I get together with people that are in this movement, the energy that's there, it's indescribable. I mean, it just, I love it. Okay. I wanted to thank the mainstream media for ignoring us and for attacking us, because it's backfiring.
Low back.
Well, they're going to pay attention now because it's backfiring on them right now. The American people are not as dumb as they think. They know what number 2 is. They know what comes after 1 and before 3. John Stewart did us a huge favor of pointing that out. But the people are getting insulted. They're questioning, they're scratching their head, and the bolder and more arrogant and presumptuous they get, the more people are saying, I've had enough of these people. Who do they think they are? Even if actually had people defend Ron Paul and say, I'm not a Ron Paul supporter, I don't agree with him, da-da-da-da. But who are they to tell me, you know, they're not going to report number 2, or that if you're an Iowa voter, your vote doesn't count? They're on to them, and it's growing every day. Just ask Kelly Clarkson about the power of our movement. Have you guys heard about that? Yeah. She helped us send a message, don't mess with the Ron Paul people, and if you join our team, we got your back.
How's Joe Barry?
And when people are realizing the power that we have, and I think a lot of times we get discouraged, and we don't really, you know, we think, oh, well, is he going to win? And God knows we all want him to win, and we're all going to fight as hard as we can for him to win. But I want to stress, we have already won. Would anyone be discussing the Federal Reserve right now? Would anybody be discussing half the things that we're talking about? No. So the ideas and the movement are what's the most important thing. So regardless of what happens, you know, I want to stress we need to do everything we can to get him elected. We have to continue this movement. And don't ever let anybody tell you that liberty is not worth fighting for, because it is. Don't ever let them stop you. Don't ever give up the fight, because regardless of the outcome, like I said, this is the very core of what this country was founded on, and God gave us the right to live free as individuals, and we have to respect that gift, and we have the duty and the moral responsibility. Once you're on this train and you know what's going on in this country, you have an obligation to go out there and fight and restore liberty in this country. Like I said earlier, this is not about just one man or one election. This is a peaceful revolution that's growing stronger every day. My phone does not stop ringing. My house phone's ringing. My cell phone's ringing. I don't even know how these people got my information. My emails are coming in, Facebook messages. I have calls from all over the state. I have people from Australia contacting me, from Canada, from Spain. I can't keep up with the people. They're watching us, and they are so intrigued with this movement. It's way bigger than an election, way bigger than Ron Paul, way bigger than the United States. This is a worldwide movement, and we are lucky enough to be part of it and to be participating in it and leading people. And we are all role models, and we need to remember that when we're out there, and try to look at it as you're not trying to drag somebody into the movement. There are people out there that are upset, frustrated, angry. They want to do something, but they don't know what to do, and they don't know where to go. It's our job to find those people. They will thank you. And I've already seen it, you know, where you run into a person, you will change someone's life. I've had my life changed by people, and I'm sure you have too. This is an amazing thing that's going on in this country. I'd like to end with the quote from Victor Hugo, which is one of my favorites. Despite what the establishment says, despite all their efforts to hold us down, sometimes the underdog wins. All it takes is a small, tireless minority, and that's what we are. And as Victor says, no standing army can stop an idea whose time has come. So I know that I'm in it for the long haul. Will you join me?